Hello, 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 and welcome to Black Hollywood Live's Conversations. We're giving you some exclusive one-on-one time with Hollywood's young and up-and-coming talent. Stay tuned.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live Conversations.
Hey, well that's exactly where the nigga came for. You throwing shots from afar, I'ma meet you at your front door. So hard to be doing what you really meant for.
Well, we're not going to be meeting you at your front door, but you could meet us here on Black Hollywood Live's Conversations. I hope you guys are going to love our guest. He is super awesome, and he actually chose this song. And who's the artist again?
This is Anderson .Paak. His new album Malibu. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, speaking about fantastic, we have
Shaun
Brown.
Woo!
Woohoo! He's back again. He was on AfterBuzz, and now he's joining us here on BHL Conversations, where we're going to get some one-on-one time with you. And before we get started, how can they find you?
You can find me at Shaun Brown, SHAUN Brown on Twitter and Instagram.
All right, and I'm Michelle Madison. You can find me on Instagram at Michelle_Madison TV. So let's get right on down like the song. I just want to tell you first and foremost.
Yeah.
So when I was looking you up before this interview, right? You know, there's someone that's in the government, like a politician that has your name.
Oh, a
Same
congressman, yeah.
spelling and everything.
Like, you messing up my shine, man.
Hey,
Like, get off.
you need to reach out and see if you're related.
I don't think we're related.
You never know.
don't think
They
we're
got good benefits. I mean, I know you're a military brat, but I'm just saying.
I've heard that that they definitely do, but I can definitely say he's not my daddy, my uncle, or my cousin.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, so I also have to say, because I am from Miami, and I see that you went to the University of Miami. So I need to
did.
clarify, is it the University of Miami in Florida or Ohio?
Oh, it's Florida, the U.
Oh, okay.
For
It's
sure.
okay. We all make questionable decisions in life, you know, and it's okay. It's okay. Sip some tea. Go Gators. Ah. Oh, did you? Are you okay? Are you okay?
I think I'll recover. I don't know.
Are you okay?
I think so.
Well, it's always great to be led by a Gator. And as we go into that,
All right.
so Shaun is starring in CBS's new show, The Great Indoors, which is also starring Joel McHale. And this show is quite interesting about what's going on now in the workplace, I think, with millennials and, you know, the
clash.
40s, the new 80 situation.
Yeah.
How's that been going?
It's been going great. I mean, as far as working with these amazing talents, everyone is so collaborative and fantastic to work with. You know, and we hit a nerve. A lot of millennials, especially, are.
And you're a millennial.
I'm a
We're
millennial.
millennials.
I'm a millennial, and it's funny because our writers are all millennials also. But I think the stuff we're talking about, like, yes, it's exaggerated, of course, it is a sitcom, but we're not talking about things that aren't, you know, untrue. You know, we are more likely to be on our phones. We're more likely to be on social media. We're more likely to be validated by our likes and the comments that we receive on social media. But it's playful. You know, we give the Gen Xers a run for the money also. We clash with them. It's equal opportunity bashing, honestly.
That's what comedy's all about,
That's
right?
what it is. Exactly. We're going to make America laugh again.
Oh, I like that. We definitely need that after this week.
Yes.
Sips
child.
tea. Hold on.
Yeah, let's just sip this.
Yes, nice water.
Yeah, I know, right?
So what do you feel as a millennial? What are some of the I guess biggest misconceptions that people probably have? Because I saw sensitivity as being one thing.
Right. I mean, sensitivity. That's like a fine line of definition. What is sensitivity to you? Like, is it about, for instance, let's say, you know, diversity and inclusion? Are we sensitive that we need to be more diverse, or are we right? You know what I mean? And the sensitivity is, I think, comes from the baby boomer Gen X generation looking at us as being sensitive when we look at them as being like, you know, maybe you should be more inclusive.
In touch with your feelings.
Exactly.
Don't we always say that?
Exactly. But no, I love being a millennial. Like, when we were growing up, technology was really starting to change. Like, you know, the iPhone came out in, what was that, 2007, 2008?
Was it that?
I think so,
I feel
yeah.
like it's been around longer, no?
Nah, I was a
geez.
sophomore in college, giving you my age. I was a sophomore in college.
You're so old.
I'm dying. But no, I was a sophomore in college when it came out. I remember thinking like, what is this brick that has like technology to like go online and stuff, and you know, before 4G and it was 3G.
Oh,
You know what I
geez,
mean?
so
Like
long ago. That
so
actually happened to
little
me yesterday.
Gs.
I was in the store and my phone was on 3G, and I was like, "What? That still exists?"
How dare you put
I
me
was
on
like,
the 3?
so mad.
I know, right? But we were the ones that really started to see technology boom, and we were the ones that were able to adapt the fastest, and now we make money off of it. You know, a lot of things are going in the social media route, going in the apps technology, and I'm proud of that. You know, I'm proud of our inclusiveness, our diversity, and I'm proud that we're at the forefront of technology and the way business is going.
Now, speaking of inclusiveness and diversity,
Yeah.
and as a military brat, and hopefully that's not an offensive terminology. I
No,
call all
I'm-
my sorority sisters military brats. You're like, oh, we live all over the world.
Definitely a military kid, and definitely
So,
was a brat. So you're right.
Because of that, I feel like you get exposed to so many things
Absolutely.
that it takes most of us a lifetime to adapt to, or I should say get exposed to. And then coming into the acting game, how do you feel like that's benefited you, giving you an extra?
You know, when you're a kid and you're moving from town to town, you got to start over. And it's kind of this, you know, eat or be eaten kind of thing, you know, make people laugh to keep from being bullied.
Oh,
You know,
were you bullied?
I was not.
Okay.
Ooh, wait, you know what?
Oh, Jesus.
I was
Did
in fifth grade. I was bullied by a dude named Stacy. I was like, your name is Stacy.
That's
How you
why.
gonna bully me, man?
Yeah.
But
Stacy, look at him now.
I know, right? Where you at, Stacy? Where you at?
yeah.
But I mean, I loved it because I got to see so many things. I lived in so many places. Lived in a different country during a very tumultuous time. The Just Cause War in '89 when Noriega was overthrown.
Wow.
So I got to experience a lot. I think that shaped me as a person. You know, I feel like I'm more outgoing. I'm more social. I'm more tolerant. And yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything. I definitely think that was a direct impact on me wanting to become an actor because I was already able to relate and empathize and mixing that with wanting to tell stories. It was just a perfect marriage.
Where was your favorite location, you think?
Ooh.
Can there be one?
There
Can there
cannot
be one?
Well, there's two. I guess top two. My family's in Maryland right now in PG County. I love the, you know, the pro-black, you know, affluence that they have. A lot of black business owners. You know, that's really inspiring and cool to see as a kid. But I also really like Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville.
Which is funny because I'm
Really?
like, if I was an adult, would I like it as much knowing what I know now? But it was really, everybody was really friendly. You know, I didn't deal with any direct racism or anything. When you hear Nashville, you think like, oh snap, that's the South, country
especially
music.
after the CMA situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but when I was a kid, like everybody was really sweet to me, really nice. Was I the token black kid? Absolutely. But I had a great time and I had a lot of great friends.
How did that feel being the token black guy? You feel like you're token from South Park.
I know, right?
You are token.
Well, it was.
Because you lived in Utah also, right?
Ooh.
And I was just
lived-
like, how many?
I lived in Layton, Utah,
Layton.
and they thought that we had tails. I kid you not.
And I'm not surprised because I've been told that in college. I learned
Really?
a lot about people's perceptions.
Yeah, when we
of
would go up the
black
escalators, they would like look at our booties and be like, "Where's
Not
your
because
tail
they
at?"
thought it was hot. No, because
I know,
they were
I
like,
know.
Oh,
They were like, "Where'd the tail go? I don't understand." Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I loved moving around, and I got to witness a lot. You know. Yeah.
Well, that was a lot to take in.
Yeah, absorb that.
Yeah, absorb that. So, on what you're doing now in LA, you've transitioned here. How long you been here?
I've been here for 5 years.
Oh, you're pretty much an LAer.
Yeah.
A Los
I think so.
Angelian?
I think an Angelino.
An Angelino.
Yeah.
You're pretty much here. You're
I think
here.
so. Yeah.
So I read that correct me if I'm wrong, if your agent or manager, you were at a comedy club and you're doing a showcase.
How did you find that out?
Because research, the internet.
Yeah.
And they saw you and thought you had a quote unquote interesting look, which I find interesting. How do you have an interesting look? Is it
Well,
like
his-
a Charlize Theron interesting look or like a
Pee
Grace
Wee
Jones?
Herman. No,
interesting look?
he called me out and he was like, "Hey, yo, look at this dude, stand up, man." And I stood up and he said, "Yo, this guy looks like a sexy cartoon. Somebody sign him."
I
like a
love that.
Sexy cartoon. I mean, I'll take it. And then the next day, an agent reached out to me and was like, "I guess I gotta sign you, man." And he's been my agent ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you have a sexy cartoon character in mind?
I mean,
I can see you on The Simpsons. Now that you say it, I'm like, well, that would be fun. You know, you got South Park. You got a couple shows that
Sexy
you know you
cartoon.
could be a sexy cartoon character on.
sexy cartoons. I don't look at cartoons as being sexy. That was like just a shock to me to hear that as much as it was to be one. But nah, nothing comes to mind. Do you have one that's like, oh, that's a sexy cartoon for sure?
Well, I just go back to like Jessica Rabbit. Like she's a sexy cartoon character.
You know what?
To me.
Nailed it. You nailed it
yeah.
with that one.
And pretty much all the anime cartoons are pretty much sexy to me.
Actually, yeah, they're all like real fit with like beautiful eyes and skin
And speaking of fit, you work out.
I do work out a little
You
bit.
did calves today?
I did calves today, yeah, and I'm dying. My lower body is dying right now.
So is that like your thing? You're like a
I
person?
love to. Well, I did a movie in the winter where I had to lose a lot of weight.
In the winter?
In the winter time. In the winter. We
Did
don't
a movie
experience
in the
them.
winter.
Did a movie in the winter, and it was very difficult. But
I loved your British accent. It was like
because I love Idris Elba and Chiwetel Ejiofor, so I'm always doing a British accent.
I
But,
love them too.
I know, right?
For different reasons.
Probably.
Yeah.
But,
They don't even have to speak. That's like optional. I'm like,
It's funny.
audio not needed.
I ran into Idris at the
Let me
Grove.
touch you.
I know, right? You can. He's
You're the
still on
closest
there.
I've gotten.
I literally ran into him. Like I
Mm-hmm.
bumped into him, and my girlfriend was there with me. And I was like, "Oh, don't look! That's Idris right there." And she looked, and she was just staring. I was like, "Stop it! Stop staring at him!" She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry! I'm so sorry!" But yeah, he's the dopest dude ever. But yeah, no, I did
Did
a
he give
movie
you
where I had
advice?
to.
Did you ask?
I was too scared to talk. I was
just like,
too
"Oh,
scared.
Mr.
I was just
Elba."
like studying the way he carried himself. It's like, yo, this dude is like tripping swag.
And he's just chill.
He's just so chill, and he is what you see. Like he's like all squinty and like looking around, and like he's just the coolest dude. Like very powerful presence. You know what I mean?
Some people are powerful by not even saying words.
I gotta
love
get
that.
that. I'm too goofy. I can't.
I'm goofy too. I like goofy.
Goofy's cool,
You know,
right?
You know, we make things fun and interesting.
Exactly.
So don't worry about it.
Exactly.
So-
but I did a movie, and then I had to lose a lot of weight because I was in prison. And when I was done with the movie, I was like, you know what? I'm about to go back to LA because I was shooting in New Orleans. So I can't be looking all like emaciated. I gotta like really focus on my body. And so I started lifting more and more and more. And this is like the biggest I've been, which by normal man standards, it's not that impressive. I still got a way to go, but I became a fitness nut. Like I only eat salmon, brown rice, and steamed veggies for every meal. In the morning, I eat eggs. I don't, eat a lot of sugar. I drink a lot of water or tea.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where I'm
I
at.
eat salmon too and veggies. I'm working on the brown rice thing.
But it's actually really good.
I tried it. My dad's been trying to get me to do that for years.
It's
and I'm
so
just
good.
like, I'm going to die anyway. So I'm going to
Yeah.
enjoy my time and eat
Yeah.
what I want.
What do you
But
like
I
to?
do.
What do you like to eat for your diet?
Diet? That's the D word? I don't really
word?
have a diet. I don't
yeah?
diet. I just try to eat better
That's good.
in
That's
smaller
kind of a diet.
portions. But I love complex carbs.
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
No, can't give it up ever.
Yeah.
I would die.
It is difficult. I'll give you that. I mean,
So-
I'm known to binge on a Friday. That's my cheat day.
Oh, so today's your cheat day?
Today's my.
What are you gonna
today's
have?
Friday. What am I? I didn't even think about this. Probably pizza.
Ooh.
Probably Papa John's pizza. With that garlic sauce on the side.
Yes, that butter and the
Oh,
red
I'm
and the
sweating
pepper.
I'm sweating thinking
Oh,
about.
Jesus. Okay, let me not talk about food anymore with you because I'm a
child.
fatty patty. So we can talk about food all day and I'll be happy.
I know, right?
So talking about goals, you also want to get, behind the scenes too.
I do.
You said you want to, develop your own projects. Do you
do.
have something that you've already started creating or have in mind?
I do, yeah.
let's talk about
me
it.
and a buddy of mine we're really impressed by Atlanta and Insecure and the
Yes.
voice that they're giving and the subtle nuance that we're finding in these things. It's not a wash of this is what black is. So we want to do something. Actually, I don't even know if I should discuss it. Somebody might take my
Wait,
idea.
have you already penned it?
No, we literally came up with this
Copywritten
idea
it?
like 2 weeks ago.
But
and
you've
we,
written it
we started
down.
writing. Yeah, but we haven't gotten it copywritten. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
let y'all stew on that and know that something dope is coming down the pipeline.
Okay.
But no, I what I want to
You're
write.
going to be back for that.
I know, right?
I'm going to have you on
I
audio
would-
to say that you're going to do that.
I
We'll
would
have the exclusive
would
interview.
love to come
Black
back.
Hollywood Live
Yes.
Conversations. We'll have the exclusive interview for when this movie
Yes.
is able to be discussed.
It's gonna
And
be
when
a
you do your
series.
red carpet
Series.
and all that press, we will have the exclusive first dibs.
You got it.
Okay, I'm just want to make
You
sure I
got
got
it.
it on camera. That's how I work.
Y'all see that. But the things that I want to create are different stories in Black communities, or even, you know, Latino and strong women characters. I want to show different facets from the underrepresented people. You know, we're a marginalized group, and I think a lot of the time they're not showing all the goings on that happens in our community. So I really want to work on things like that that'll bring that to light and, you know, prove to everybody that Black is sexy. You know, it's
I think everyone knows Black is sexy.
they do. I mean, but they don't at the same time, as we just saw from this last week.
Take another sip. So speaking of that,
Yeah.
do you think, from a creative standpoint, and because you want to do things that are more diverse,
Right.
and us seeing how things turned out this last week,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that we are regressing or progressing, and projects like what you want to produce would be something that will actually be embraced within the next 4 years?
Right. That's actually a good question. I mean, the way Hollywood, when Oscars So White happened, was a wake-up call. You know, people like Ava DuVernay and Spike Lee, they really spoke up and said, like, this isn't right, y'all. And I feel like Hollywood saw that. And when you have diverse projects, you make money. Straight Outta Compton killed it. You know, even when you go to, like, Fast and Furious, a very diverse cast, it made $1 billion.
Yeah, I am not the consumer that they think for these films, but
Right.
I am a major consumer for those things.
Right. And so I think, you know, Hollywood's a very, you know, money-driven machine. And I think that the numbers prove that diverse films make money because diverse people are major consumers of them.
Diverse, well-made films.
Yes. That
Important word.
is the important word.
Diverse,
Absolutely.
well-made
Absolutely.
films. Yes.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I think, you know, the people who want to bring us down in those rural communities who felt overlooked in the last
8 years?
8 years. I
Eight
don't
out
think.
of 400, but go ahead.
I know, right? I don't think that it's going to impact Hollywood. I'm hopeful that Hollywood will still stick to its guns and
It will be another wake-up call.
yeah, absolutely.
Because we had another actor, I can never say his name correctly, so I don't want to. Digimon Hunsu. He was caught
He's amazing.
recently saying that he feels like this is the end of an era. That this is how Hollywood works. We get that one Black person. Is like there's always has to be just one. Like,
Right.
and he feels like it's an end of an era. Do you agree with that as far as having another Black or even female president?
I don't. I'm hopeful. I'm
Me too.
hopeful.
I feel you.
And I feel like, you know, we in our generation, we have to speak up. You know, and I think that we will. And I'm very hopeful that things are, you know, they're gonna get a little worse before they get better as far as the way the country is and the policies that are gonna go forward. But as far as Hollywood is concerned, and as far as the millennials and everything like that, I think we're gonna speak up, and I think we're gonna be heard. I really do.
Hopefully so, because I feel like we kind of disappointed ourselves this time around. I think we
Agreed.
were kind of, yeah,
Agreed.
we did that one. So on a lighter note, so you said you have a girlfriend,
I do have a girlfriend.
and so I'm gonna dabble because I am, you know, I love love. So just curious, how is it, you know, being in a relationship
Sweating
and
out.
being in Hollywood? Give me some time, drink some water, boo.
Drink some water. You know, it has its ups and downs. You know, when you're busy on a project, you know, priorities kind of shift, and you just gotta, you know, bring it back to the foundation, bring it back to the love, and that's what it's all about, and that's all I'm gonna say about my personal life.
Okay, I take that hint. So with the Great Indoors, I always like to ask about behind the scenes stuff, because we see on TV what happens, but like behind the scenes, what's that like? Especially like working with Joe McHale. He's like, to me, like he's hilarious.
Is so awful. No, he's a great guy. He's really, really collaborative, and you know, you always worry, because this is my biggest break so far, and you worry when you come onto a project and you have somebody who's very well established, very much a name, that there's going to be some like diva attitude and like, I'm the star and you're the backup, you know? But
Don't shine too bright.
I know, right? But he's great. He's very collaborative. He's very like, you know, personable and nice and funny and just great to work with. It's a crime that I get to have this much fun and get paid, and it's considered a job.
Oh, you are blessed.
You know what I mean? I am blessed.
Yeah.
I really
A lot of people can't say that.
A lot of people cannot, and I'm very, very lucky, and I'm very aware of that. But it's been great. It's been awesome. The writers are fantastic. They really want to hear our voices. Like I said, we're all millennials, and the writers are millennials. But they also want to hear input. If I say something that's written down, I go, actually, can I say it like this? I'd like to say it like this. They're like, yeah, if you totally do that.
Oh, wow.
And that's very, very rare. I've done some shows where they're like, no, the words are law, and you got to respect that because they wrote it. But they really want this to be honest. They want it to be as fun as it can be, and it's great. It's the best job I've ever had.
Now, is that the collaboration that you're talking about? You guys get to collaborate in other ways with the show, like talking about, like, say, ideas for, or well, I'm sure they already have that.
For like storylines and stuff? I haven't. I think that, Joel's a producer, and I'm pretty sure he pitches them ideas. But also, like, I like to be surprised. I think they know my character's voice enough now that there's a good groove that we're in. You know what I mean? So I like to be surprised when the next episode comes out. I'm like, okay, cool. What's gonna happen this time with him? I think having too much say from me, I don't really want that. I like to tweak things, but I don't want to create stuff when they're the writers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of you don't want to step on any toes, but you do.
And I love crafting out a story. I don't want to be the co-creator by any means, but I love to tweak, a certain joke here or there, but not storyline wise. No.
So let's talk about your character in The Great Indoors.
Yeah.
What's he like?
Mason is a conversation digital specialist, whatever that means. That's what I am.
Sounds like.
Or actually, is it a digital conversation specialist?
I love the title.
I think it's a digital.
It sounds so important.
It sounds like legit, right?
Very like it's a content creator.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's the idea guy. And what I like about his storyline too is that, there's this whole thing of like, what is his sexuality? Is he gay? Is he straight? So it's this conversation about, workplace tolerance and, and Joe McHale's character being a Gen Xer, he looks at me, a black man, and it's like, I don't understand you. Because the way I'm dressed in the show is not his idea of masculinity. And I love that we're playing with that and playing what is masculinity and everything. And we haven't decided what he's going to be. And I'm very pro, LGBT community. So I love being a part of that conversation. And it's fun. I like to bring myself to the role. I feel like I'm not really acting. I'm just really doing my thing. It's fun. It's just a lot of fun.
But I thought that Usher kind of answered the whole metrosexual question a long time ago.
He did.
I thought
he did.
we were over that. Like
he did. But this is
a nice.
You gotta watch.
Nice tailored suit or slim fitting pants doesn't necessarily equate with sexuality.
Right. Absolutely. But it's also the things he says in his stories about like his not so much his mannerisms at all, but like who he's been with and what he's into. He like hints at it, which keeps Joel guessing because he's just playing with him essentially. You know what I mean? But you gotta watch and it'll be more clear. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's binging it and has DVR'd the last two episodes.
Won't do
but
that.
It's fun. It's interesting.
Right.
It's different.
Now, is there a character out there that you haven't played yet that you're like just dying to play?
Ooh, I would love to do some superhero stuff.
Oh, what kind of like a Marvel or DC superhero? Or
well, I'm a big fan of the DC universe, but Marvel is killing it in the way that they're doing their films, like Doctor Strange. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen. Surprisingly, I'm probably gonna see it tonight because I'm a major sci-fi action horror girl. But I have to say, most people disagree with me on this one because I did think that Suicide Squad was a great. I thought it was a great film this year, and I feel like they're starting to. I feel like they're starting to, compete with Marvel.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it was definitely fun. Don't get me wrong.
That's a nice way of putting it.
It was fun. I had a great time watching it. I see what people were saying, with the choppiness in the story and stuff, and the cartoon aspect that they did with certain things. But I'm a big fan of the DC property. I love Batman, so it's really hard to mess it up.
Did you like the last one? Hold on, let me see. Do I need to kick you out?
What do you mean the last one? Oh, Batman vs Superman?
Yeah.
No. I was not a fan.
We agree.
But like the Dark Knight joints?
Yes.
Those were the
okay, because that last one, Wonder Woman was the only thing that was good about that movie.
I know. I'm actually really excited about her standalone film.
Like,
no, kick me out. No, that one like that. I love Batman. I love Superman, but Yeah, they didn't do it for me.
I know. I feel like all the franchises that we looked forward to as kids, when they finally have the verses, they just didn't live up to expectation. Like
and-
Alien versus Predator,
Yeah.
Freddy versus Jason,
Right.
Batman versus Superman. I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, and those are they're great actors, you know, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill, but I just felt like in the something didn't go right.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, Ben Affleck did reprise himself coming from Daredevil. That I could
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
That was
I
the one
forgot about
redeeming.
Daredevil.
Yeah, let's not ever talk about that.
Ooh.
Let's not talk about.
It
But
was
I will say,
it's a dark time in Hollywood history.
Very. But he met his future ex-wife. So, who are we to speak? So back to you. If you were a superhero, what would your superhero power be, or which character would you want to play that we haven't seen? Because I know they're
that we
coming
haven't
down
seen.
they're coming down the pipeline.
They are. You know, it's funny because when you're a black kid growing up, there's superheroes you have. There's very little superheroes. You know, you have Green Lantern and you have Black Panther. I always loved Nightcrawler. I thought Nightcrawler was so cool in his story and his backstory. So if they ever did like a colorblind like reboot, I would love to step into Nightcrawler's role and study that German accent. He can be a black German. That's possible.
Yeah, there's Boris Kojo.
There you go.
He's a black German, but I don't think there necessarily should be color, because I think it's already, when they want it to be something, they make it what it is, and it is.
True.
Yeah,
True.
that's one of the things why I loved about Star Wars, because it's automatically just diverse.
Yes.
And the one thing I have to say, Marvel, I am mad at you because Storm is supposed to be the leader, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
You won't.
We won't go there.
Yeah. So Nightcrawler for you.
Nightcrawler for me.
All right, with a German
Nightcrawler all day.
accent.
With the German accent, I'll do it.
I love it.
I'll study up on it.
So why don't you create your own?
My own superhero?
Yeah.
Girl, that's one of the things.
You can write. You can type.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the things that I was talking about stories I want to create. Another one is like, why can't we be sci-fi? Why can't we be wizards? Why can't we be superheroes? Like, I would love to do that. Like, let's have a Harry Potter with black kids. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely need that.
Yeah,
Especially after Gods of Egypt. Sorry.
Why are you pushing all my buttons today?
I keep going there.
Yeah.
A great concept, horrible delivery.
Execution,
Yeah. See? If you just,
Yeah.
So yeah, do that for us.
I will.
Please.
Actually, I will do that for you. I will do that for
We
you.
will greatly appreciate that. So, we're running out of time.
No.
Okay, before we go. All right. So, what other projects do you have in the pipeline? That you could talk about. You could share with us.
Absolutely. I have some movies coming out. The one I'm the most proud of and have the biggest role in is Heart Baby, the story I was telling you about where I was in prison. But it's basically a story of this man, a true story. This guy named George Lee Martin, who was imprisoned for a minor offense, and he set in the 1980s, 84, and he was knocking everybody out. He was a boxer. He was knocking everybody out. And then so the current world champion came to the prison to be like, yo, I've heard about this guy. Like, let's see how good he is. And he knocks that dude out in 60 seconds. George Lee Martin knocks him out in 60 seconds. So, they're like, if you compete in the Olympics, we will exonerate you.
Wow.
And he turns it down.
Why?
Yeah.
You can't say, okay, gosh, you got me all into it.
That's what I'm supposed to do. But I play his best friend, Bug, who is described as a southern boy with big eyes and a bigger heart.
Aww.
I know. And that's me. But it was great. The story, my character, was very, very dramatic, but also comedy. So it was a really cool world to play in. He definitely has his through line, and he very much becomes a man in the film, from being like the kind of boyish character to being a full-blown man who's very passionate about his friends and the atrocities that are happening in this prison, which starts the Tennessee State prison riot.
Wow.
Yeah. So watch that. That's I think it's coming out in 2017.
My gosh, that's like so soon.
I know, we're in November. It's happening.
Yeah, 2016 has not been a great year.
Right, we've lost so many things.
We've lost a
So
whole lot of
many things. So many people. So many.
I'm surprised I haven't lost my mind.
I know, right?
But
I might be losing mine.
We shall prevail.
Yes.
And sing us a whole, hymn,
We
a
shall
spiritual
overcome.
Yes, we've
Yes,
done it in the
child.
past, and we'll do it in the future.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And anything else?
Nah. I think we
You.
covered so much stuff.
I feel like I still want more.
Do you want more? I mean, what
Give
do you
me
want to
more.
know? What do you
I
want to
don't
know? Like, I mean, I used to be a hip hop dancer. Like,
What? Yeah, your older brother's a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Can you
You
spit?
did some like research.
This is what I do.
Who did I tell that?
Hello.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah.
Barbara Walters, I got you, boo.
Good. Sam Goody. Yeah, he's great. Oh, if I had known you know
Can
that, I
you
would have
spit?
played.
Can you spit?
Can I spit?
On the spot?
No. No, I cannot.
At least you're honest.
That is not my realm.
That's not your thing.
Nah, I can write and then I'll come back to you
Okay.
tomorrow and be like, all right, I got you. I got something. But
right.
nah, on top of I would love to work that out. Like Donald Glover, he's an amazing lyricist and freestyler. Childish Gambino being his alter ego, and I love the stuff that he spits about. Being a black kid and being considered white and what that means and all that kind of
We
stuff.
can talk about that real quick. We have like
Yeah,
2
please,
minutes.
Please, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, like I told you, I was the token, black kid. And then so when I went to, high school and college, people would be like, yo, you talk white.
What is
And
talking white?
It's basically
Pronouncing, enunciating,
it's
subject
being
verb agreement.
articulate, being intelligent, which is so incredibly offensive. Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't hear this from white people, I heard from black people too.
I did too.
I'm like, and in our tribe, like, how can you diminish our tribe by saying we're not able to excel and be intelligent? And
That's what Mr. Bob Marley calls mental slavery.
It is.
If we are
It
not,
is.
we are always supposed to be the negative or the bad. That's what defines being black.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, a lot of people think that way.
Yeah, and I struggled with that my entire life, really. And I've even gone to auditions where casting directors had said, like, can you make it a little bit more
Urban.
They would literally make this move.
Yeah, I've
Like,
gotten
can you do
that.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you
Or
don't have to speak
urban or-
so.
Yeah, make it more street.
Telemarketer. I'm like, this is how I speak.
No, not
I've been-
telemarketer.
I have been told that in journalism school. You don't have to speak like that. I'm like, speak like what?
Speak like me?
Yeah, I went to English class. My mom made sure I could speak.
And the thing is, too, is like, you might think I quote unquote talk white, but I guarantee you when I walk out into the world, they see my skin and I'm treated as such. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that whole mess about talking white or it's ignorant.
Ignorant.
Ignorant. Stop being ignorant.
Yes.
Stop being ignorant.
So we're not gonna be ignorant. Before we leave, Shaun, where can they find you again?
You can find me at Shaun Brown, SHAUN Brown. That's the British British spelling. My parents lived in England. At Shaun Brown on Twitter and on Instagram.
All right, guys, make sure you check out Shaun Brown on Instagram and Twitter, and his current show that's on CBS, The Great Indoors, and his
Yes.
upcoming projects in 2017. I'm Michelle Madison. You can find me on Instagram at Michelle_Madison TV, and you have just been watching Black Hollywood Live's Conversations. Make sure to hashtag us at BHL and tell us who you'd like to have on next, and also talk to Shaun and me.
Talk to me, please.
We'd love to hear it.
Talk to me.
Have a good one, loves.
From executives Keven Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.